also Aduomi, are splitting and leaving the camp. And personally, as chairman of the party, I'm not comfortable. We should be able to bring them all back to the fold, the party's fold, so that come December 7th, there will be no surprise and leaving the camp. And personally, as chairman of the party, I'm not comfortable. We should be able to bring them all back to the fold, the party's fold, so that come December 7th, there will be no surprises. We should be able to carry the Ejisu seat with ease, as against what we are going through this evening. So that's my next focus, to make sure that the party is reconciled amongst itself. That's what we are looking at.
So is it that you are going to the camp of Aduomi, try to convince him and his supporters to return to the NPP?
That is the only way out. You don't expect Aduomi to make overtures to us. You don't expect him to do that. So as chairman of the party, I'm going to take that mantle upon myself.
Looking at the people representing Mr. Aduomi here, it seems that he has aligned with the butterfly movement now. Don't you think it will be too difficult for him to return?
It shouldn't be difficult. It's a matter of, are we going with the butterfly or we are going with the MPP? That's the question they should be asking themselves. And I'm sure they will fall naturally to the MPP.
Now, the issue that people are raising is that the voter album for the NPP is not credible. Is it that you superintend over another election to deal with the issues with the voter album, or what?
The credibility of the album, that issue has not been brought to my attention yet. Because from the national, we don't get involved into the nitty-gritty details of the constituency albums. So if there's anything, we are now going to call for inquiry to find out where there are issues and try to rectify them.
With these issues in the party, it looks like the 2024 election will be a very difficult one for the New Patriotic Party. Aside the Ejisu constituency, what are you doing across the country to ensure that these issues do not repeat itself in the national election?
We have reconciliation committees at every constituency, at every region, and also at the national. We have reconciliation committees put in place for these purposes. So we will use this machinery to address all issues bordering on disputes and reconciliation before we get into the December general elections.
If there's any lesson that the NPP has learned under your leadership, what biggest lesson has the party learned?
There are always lessons to be learned, but unless can you also point out some of these lessons to me?
Well, I think fractures at the party's front is something that is very obvious.
Party front?
Well, I mean, the reason why people are even going independent, your own people going independent and what have you. My colleague even just mentioned the credibility of the voters album, even at the constituency level and what have you.
I cannot say that all the albums in all the constituencies are foolproof. I cannot stand here and vouch. But it's not widespread. It is not widespread. If you find one or two places where this thing is occurring, doesn't mean all the albums should be rejected.
Republic of Ghana, even the sitting president, Kref, in Krayabato, so they are not to say, Abano MPP for Nkromuapo. By a train, say, easy, ever my final results. And so far, they are not collating in a provisional results. The train said the final ones in the bed, everybody. By assembly, come at here for the Ashafo, you know, who say, Aduomi lose Kuana, Huma Kwabna Boat in December 7. Oh, how? The entire makers and say, media houses in Abba so better coverages, and even Christian Yako, baby capture and now what this will be clear evidence. Mobia who says Katiak also. Mommy Atia say, Sikani or mining. The gas is scanning your mind. I must say COVID-19, Russia, Ukraine war, why it is scanning your mining. I can say, some figures S7 right there. Then I can say, over 130 billion or 130 billion. Yes. One whole Ghana city, and I say, new currency
And yes, I get on our body, 130 billion.
I'm in church him. Omudi can to MPP primaries.
Okay.
Delegates, a bit 3,000 Ghana cedis, a bit 1,000, a bit 2,000 plus $100. Okay, Kasani, Saskani in our Bomoa. Over 1,080 delegates in the Kotuaba. Put if you are there, check for 3,000 multiplied by 1,080 figures in the Bemau. And not done, a teacher for magic. My friend is at the pump for magic, one for magic. What you see, come, I say no. Even Assemblies of God, almost 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Sorry, now.
Sorry, I'm the
sorry, for real was no, for real was sorry, for the now, almost 100,000 of my suffering of my day.
I know the meeting, just say almost so much use. I don't know if someone use premises, you know, 100,000 Ghana cedis. I don't know. But yes, someone can say general election, but December 7.
And in a case with the figures we have now, we don't almost say a provisional, but what we have now, just there's a little bit jump over Aduomi, Honorable Kwabna Boateng, engineer Kwabna Aduomi. In the likely or unlikely event, should he lose? Most of us about December 7th.
Oh, hopefully.
Lose all the time,
because maybe when you say we know the better stay what is way. Actually, I say be a still and $100 so amount for more. And as you stated, no margins then huge be 6,000 votes. And you when you say December 7, no, and no NDC beba. Whenever be found the free, other parties before mu the free. Omo ba just so be chase scanning na obi abesu na niwa. Even the president of the land, ono kwa ma so no abeka say mo nyi asomesi ana obenti obi esu na niwa etisika na omutugu mu no ye December 7 so mo sa betu se scan agumu a ene obi asem na ye de kan say na nke enim say nipa bia no sebio oda sumye ma adwene eni kwa sen ka akokoto kokromoti
Why disappointed because the kind of euphoria nature say Vim Nizilla no pay buy who do me a cheat for say just my bet to me do me just my bet to me do me and pay and you may be do Hanoma. I say I have done and why a little bit disappointed.
Oh yeah, disappointed yeah. One thing I also want to say decision there. Obi Obaba tuna baby asemoni trim. Ba Obaba do baby ayeto abano. Sikatua bi akokoko so and nipa no so won say why say waje usika ne nko ade e mandate say oso to abama what you say enu nti na ma no ma ye de asesa no kwaba uso Aduomi 10 pesos ama nipa
we are sure because your ko baby e say Aduomi sutua 1500
enye no kre wo baby me I have evidences me am di mani hu baby am ko ye pulling agent Oba Bafoso Assembly Hall. Even MPP for any many time. MPP Muno, Yana, the MPP try a fuma. But baby, a pepper pay, and one of the was a can was him. Yet will be obedient and him. I go represent just one Russia Beja Fee. Then Pro Bia, Sabi what you do sweat here. Sir, Sandy Pass on Messia now Bente, MC or what the Swiss from Pong. That same candidate, MPP 4. I say a 2 abamano. What in the sweat here? So on ye obi on no kwafo say wo say odi adwuso anim and I say kita asese ene proye wo ntino ene obi say bi obi ato ne kokromoti kwa kodiska ye de ye sama ye kan nyina ne say December 7 ona bo owusu Aduomi say ba say wonya na ade say oba de ene ye come on not to say yes, Saturday about December 7. Well, December 7 is general election. And no, who MPB of Fukumawu, who president of Ghana, say, Obaba, Ejisu, and will be soon anyway. And yes, someone here can say, yeah, that was for force. Ubi idea. Say, we want to say, what that FR car. Free a chicken bench about 2 about why I did. By some I can say, Yango Pomboa, December 7, no MPP, I need your moon in December 7, I better know Mario.